Demais. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
The little tail's wagging. She's so happy. They say a house is just 4 walls and a roof, but anyone who has ever loved a dog knows that the soul of a home doesn't live in the architecture, it lives in the rhythmic thumping of a heavy tail against the floorboards. For Marcus and Sarah Patterson, that soul was Yuna, a 130-pound blue Great Dane. Yuna wasn't just a pet, she was a masterpiece of grace and silliness. She was the kind of dog that cracked you up, a gentle giant who filled every corner of their lives with her 130 lb presence. But one day, the thumping stopped. The house grew far too quiet. Yuna stopped eating, she stopped playing. Her once strong body, which used to race across the yard with natural grace, now lay still. Her eyes looked lost, carrying a sadness no one could reach. When the veterinarian finally gave them an answer, it wasn't a physical ailment they could fix with a pill. Yuna was suffering from deep depression. The only hope? Companionship with her own kind. In a desperate attempt to save their best friend, Marcus and Sarah made a choice that would change not just their lives, but the lives of an entire community. They decided to adopt. But they never imagined that helping one depressed dog would lead to a street filled with tears of joy and a mother dog making a choice that changed everything. For 7 long days, the house felt heavy. Sarah watched Yuna's ribs rise and fall slowly, each breath seeming like a struggle against the weight of her own sorrow. It's a helpless feeling watching a creature who gave you so much joy lose the will to live. You try everything. You buy the best food, the loudest toys, but she just looked through us. It was like she was grieving for something we couldn't see. The Pattersons posted a message online. They weren't looking for a perfect dog. They were offering a loving home to any Great Dane in need. They waited. They hoped. Just as that hope began to slip away, the phone rang. A nearby shelter had a blue Great Dane available, but there was a catch. She wasn't alone. When Marcus and Sarah arrived, they didn't find the replacement they expected. They found a shattered family. They found Bella. She was tall and beautiful, yes, but she was painfully thin. Her ribs showed through her skin, and her body bore the quiet, jagged scars of neglect. Pressed close to her side was her young son, Louie, and beneath Bella's tired, scarred frame was something else, a swollen belly. Bella was pregnant, far along, according to the shelter staff. Marcus and Sarah had come to save one dog to help Yuna. Now, they were looking at an entire family in crisis. A neglected mother, a confused son, and a litter of puppies that hadn't even entered the world yet. I looked at Sarah, and I looked at that van door. We didn't have a choice. We couldn't leave them there. The moment Bella and Louie stepped inside the house, something shifted. Yuna, who had barely moved for a week, slowly lifted her head. Imagine the scene. 3 massive blue Great Danes, giants of their kind, locking eyes in a quiet living room. No one spoke. They didn't need to. There was an unspoken language, a healing that passed between them in the silence. Bella, who had known only neglect, and Yuna, who had known only sadness, found a common ground. Slowly, the life began to return to Yuna's eyes. She had a purpose now. She wasn't just a depressed dog. She was a sister, a guardian. And for Bella, for the first time in her life, she was safe.
Good girls.
They test the sirens every first Wednesday of the month, and they're all upset, wondering what's going on.
Word spread quickly through the neighborhood. At first, people were just curious about the 3 massive dogs in the yard, but then they learned about Bella's pregnancy. They learned about the scars on her back and the puppies on the way. Then, something beautiful happened. Curiosity turned into a deep communal compassion. Neighbors began arriving not with complaints about barking, but with gifts. They brought high-quality food, soft beds, and oversized toys. They watched as Bella would walk slowly down the street, with Yuna and Louie walking beside her like gentle guards. Grown adults stood on their porches and wiped away tears at the sight.
Just chilling. Minka's just sitting on Mina. Sitting on Mama. Hanging out with her sister and her mama. Yuna just went into heat.
But beneath the joy, Marcus and Sarah were worried. How would they find safe homes for so many giant puppies? They had seen Bella's scars. They knew the horrors of the shelter system. They couldn't let these puppies, the silver-blue legacy of Bella's survival, end up back in a cage. One morning, the neighbors gathered on the porch. One by one, they spoke from the heart. We've watched them heal. We've watched this family come back to life. We won't let them be forgotten again. The neighbors made a promise that seemed impossible. If the puppies were healthy, they would adopt them. They vowed that the family would stay together, not just in spirit, but on the same street. No one would be left behind. The night Bella went into labor, the living room felt sacred. Outside, neighbors stood quietly under the moon, waiting. Inside, Bella breathed heavily. Then, one by one, silver-blue puppies entered the world. Each tiny cry brought cheers from the people waiting on the porch. Weeks later, it was time for the puppies to choose their homes. Marcus and Sarah opened the gate. The little ones waddled toward the neighbors they had already come to know through the fence. They climbed into laps and licked kind faces. Laughter and tears filled the room. It felt meant to be.
Oh, this one made it out.
Uh-oh.
Yo.
That little piggy. Big old belly. Let me see that belly.
Look at that belly.
Big old belly.
Big old belly.
Oh, they're drinking water.
Oh, good for them.
We need to refill it.
Today, that street is something special. It is a blue village. Several blue Great Danes live just doors apart, seeing their mother and siblings every single day. And what about Yuna, the dog who was once so depressed she wouldn't move? She is strong again. She watches over the neighborhood like a proud matriarch, her depression a distant memory, replaced by a village built on love. Kindness can ripple farther than anyone expects. What started as an attempt to save one dog ended up healing an entire community.
All over one bone. We all want the same one. Okay, so Kirsten says this is the last time she's picking Minka up.
This is the last time. Not gonna be able to.
Minka!
After one more meal.
You're getting too big! Minka! Minka! Hey, beautiful! She's like, yeah, I'm okay with not being picked up. Oh my goodness, she's not yet 3 months. She won't be 3 months until the 6th.
Adopting an animal is never just a small decision. It's a promise you make with your whole heart. Before bringing a pet home, take the time to learn. Ask questions. Understand their personality, their fears, their needs, and the life they deserve. Every rescued animal carries a story, sometimes of loneliness, sometimes of survival, but always of hope waiting for a second chance. When you choose to adopt, you're not only giving a home, you're giving safety, patience, and love, the kind of love that slowly teaches a frightened animal to trust again. The kind of love that turns quiet moments into lifelong memories. And something beautiful happens along the way. That one small act of kindness begins to grow. A family forms around that animal, friends smile, neighbors notice, children learn compassion. Before you even realize it, your simple decision has created something bigger than you imagined. Because when you save an animal, you're not just changing one life, you're building a small village of kindness, connection, and love.
There's Tank.
If this story warmed your heart,
And
please
Murphy,
like,
and
share,
Buster,
and subscribe.
And Minka.
When you pass kindness forward, love has a way of growing everywhere.
They're all wanting snuggles.
Yo. I bet I can fit all of them in my lap.
De más. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Their little tails wagging.
Ay, ay,
She's
ay,
so
ay, ay,
happy.